My name is Bill Ryan, and welcome to my world. Um, Under the reign of George W. Bush, I wrote a book called The Copper Pit, and I envisioned him on one of his many self-serving uh, trips where everybody needed to get out of his way because he's the president and he's like a god, and everybody else can just suffer. I remember a time when he came to Tampa and they shut down the roads and the highways and everything for 4 hours. It was horrible. All we could say is go back where you come from. And this is what he does. He just closes everything down because he wants to go to have lunch. Very selfish, self-absorbed person. And so in the book, I have him on one of his helicopter excursions for lunch, and even the people in the restaurant don't want him. The restaurant owner doesn't want him. They kick all the customers out and they bring in fake people that'll do and say the right thing and not say, you're a bad president and we hate your guts. You know, it's all staged for the president who lives in a bubble. And on the way back, there's gang line fighting in the streets, and a stray bullet comes up and hits the helicopter that he's in. Oh, this is terrible. We got to end this. Now we're going to do something. So he takes and he gives every gang member in the country an opportunity to end your gang membership and become a private citizen. But you're no longer a gang member. If you don't end the gang membership, you're going to go live the rest of your life in the pit. And the pit is an old abandoned copper mine out west that you can actually see from a jet. You can go above it and it's an enormous pit. And this pit, they put a fence around it and they just started lowering people down into it and gave them food. And that's it. You're going to spend the rest of your life there. So the pit keeps filling up with people that won't give up their gang membership, and they're 100% loyal, and they begin to have battles and war, and then they have to decide, well, you know what, this is us against them, all of us against them. So they're very clever guys. These are not stupid people. They decide they're going to escape. So they take the materials that they have around them and they start to figure out what they can do to get out of the pit. At least get one person out. That's the goal. But they're going to try several different ways. Digging, they got sound equipment. They can tell if they're digging tunnels. It's a major thing. So now they're unified. Now they've all come together and they're starting to hold classes. They may not have, as an example, a welder, but they can show you how to weld and teach you a trade. And then they'll teach plumbing, and one teaches English, and so they have classes. So now they're becoming educated, and these are becoming, they were already, some of these were very brilliant people, and now they've become even more so. And they figure out a way to, one guy escapes by going under the fence in a bad rainstorm, and another guy escapes in a balloon, and that they made out of plastic that they wrap the food with when they lower it down. So they escape and they let them know that they survived. And the one guy, he gets out and he decides that he's going to he goes to Washington and he starts to sell a product that he invented. And he's dealing with the military because it's a military weapon. I specifically black out the parts of that weapon because I can see somebody building this and using it. So I very deliberately take it out because I don't want the government to get a hold of it and then use it on people. They have enough weapons to kill people. If you doubt that, just look at 9/11 and what they did to the World Trade Center. So he enters politics. And he says, these people don't even know how to be a crook. I'll show you how to be a crook. And he starts blackmailing them and getting money and playing one side against the other, and all of a sudden he's got a lot of money, he's got big contracts, and he's grown into a very powerful person. So he takes the money and he buys the food distributor of the pit, and he starts smuggling things into the pit, that whatever they want. They're communicating back and forth. Trucks go in, trucks come out, it goes back and forth. Then all of a sudden, people are going in and coming out. And basically the story ends with the collapse of the United States and the invasion of other countries that take over the land. And at this point, these are extremely educated people. They're very smart, and they don't want to come out. Oh, I know what's going on out there. I'm not going out. They stay in the pit. It becomes a university of higher education, and they become very sophisticated, very educated people. And literally, they go from being the zero at the beginning of the story to the hero at the end of the story. And I think it's a great transition to move people. It just shows you give people a chance, and they can become anything. The stars are the limit. And within this story, I like that fact that I do take them on that journey where they become good, decent, professional people. It's a good story. It's kind of long, kind of a thick book, but it's a good story. And I have had people tell me that once they started it, they couldn't put it down. So to me, that's a nice compliment. And anyway, the book is entitled The Copper Pit, and I think you'll really enjoy it once you get into the story. I know it was a lot of fun to write, and I enjoyed the story, and I sincerely hope you do as well. So thank you for watching this video, and I sincerely hope you enjoy the book. Thank you.